Be more social. Now, what is being social? Well, being social is someone who loves and enjoys the presence of others and loves speaking. Now, you may be asking me, Oscar, why do I need to be social? I don't like talking to people. I'm an introvert. Well, you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to empower your confidence and gain more confidence, right? Well, if you want to learn how to empower confidence, the easiest thing you can do is simply just speak to people. It's so easy, and yeah, it'll make you feel uncomfortable at times speaking to certain people, but after you do it, you build confidence and you feel confident after you do it. You know, there was a one time where I was reading this book called The Way of the Superior Man. It's a great book, and one of the lines in the book said, "Live with your fear every day. A real man lives with his fear every day." And you know, at that time, I was a little afraid of speaking to girls, you know, or talking to anybody in general, you know, like cold approaching girls. I was afraid of that. But then one day, you know, I was like, you know what? I need to apply what I just read. It's my life today. So then that exact same day, I was sitting down, you know, doing homework at school, and I was reading, right? And some girl was like next to me, right? And I didn't even think of talking to her, you know. But then the quote from the book I read came back to mind, and I was like, oh shoot, you know, what if I talk to this girl next to me, right? And you know, it went through my mind. I was like, should I do it? Should I not? Wait, should I? And then afterwards, I manned up and well said, all right, I have to do it. So the girl next to me, I ended up, you know, speaking to her, asking her a question, and then we just talked back and forth about, you know, life, school, and you know, I was able to have a good conversation with her, right? And then, you know, I kind of got to know her and stuff like that. But you get my point, right? Is you have to speak to people. You have to be social. And after I spoke to that girl, I literally like went to my class feeling freaking confident, bro. I felt great. I felt energized. I felt freaking like very social with others. I just felt very confident. Okay. And another example of me being, you know, social and putting myself out there was one time I was at a, you know, a little reunion at church, right? And I was on a table, right? You know, they were all adults, right? My mom was here, my dad was right here, and the guy next to me was he was an older guy. We'll call him John. And John was right here, right? And you know, he just looked very like lonely, like nobody was talking to him, yada yada. And I thought to myself, why don't I speak to him? And it just went through my mind. I was like, what if I do it? You know, no, it'll be awkward, yada yada. But guess what? I said, you know what? I have to. I have to be social. I have to build my confidence. So I did. I saw John, and I asked him a question. How was he? Yada yada. And then we just spoke. After that, we just freaking spoke back and forth. You know, we just started having good conversations and stuff like that. And it was surprising. I never thought, you know, I was ever gonna socialize with someone older than me, right? So as you can see, you know, there's many moments in my life where I had to be social, okay? And me being social with other people has helped me build confidence, you know, and I want you to do the same, you know? And all these little practices of me, you know, going up to people and talking to them, you know, all of these are practices you can learn to empower your confidence. And if you want to learn a bit more on how to empower your confidence and certain like, you know, daily things you can do or habits or practices you can do to empower your confidence, you know, make sure you join my private community, link below. You know, I teach people how to be more confident in all aspects of life. So if you're interested in joining, make sure you click the link below, my private community, and I'll see you inside. But so today, what I want you to do is I want you to speak to someone you don't know at all, okay? Literally, just go up to them and say, how are they? Or, you know, how's it going? Or good morning. Simple as that. I want you to just put yourself out there so that you can build your confidence so then you can freaking later on be so social with people, okay? I want you to just slowly start talking to people, you know? And doing this, you're going to empower your confidence. You're going to be more confident. And you're going to be social. You're going to be more social, okay? Now, the big question, Oscar, what do I tell a person when I'm talking to them? Well, you can say many things, honestly. You'll be surprised on how many things you can say to someone. Me, I like to say just, you know, hey, how's it going? Or, you know, I just say what feels right in the moment, okay? And I don't want you to just, you know, go in circles, you know, questioning, what should I say? Or will this sound stupid, yada, yada. Honestly, I just want you to speak to the person. It's simple as that. You know, lots of guys online are going to to these like videos on how to be social or how to talk to people, they're gonna say, yeah, stand a certain way, or they're gonna say talk a certain way. But I'm here to tell you that's all BS. All right, you don't need all that, bro. It's so simple. All you need is to speak to people, socialize with people, and that's it. If you mess up, oh well. You know, the best way you'll learn how to be more confident and social is by practicing. Okay, you become more social by just speaking to people. Okay, talking, and you become more social. It's simple as that. I mean, there's no science to this, bro. All you need to do is just speak to people, and you'll be more social, and you'll be more confident. And also, you know, I just want you to know that if today you end up going to speak to somebody, and let's say it goes wrong, okay, you speak to the person and they ignore you, all right, or they say some, I don't know, some fucked up stuff to you. I just want you to know that it's totally fine, okay? It's part of the process. You're not gonna always win, okay? And you know, I just want you to know that if you did go up to someone today and socialize with them, I just want you to know that you have massive balls, bro. Because there's people out there who are so afraid to just even speak to somebody. Like, they're that afraid, but you did it, okay? So, I know you're confident, I know you're social, and I know you will build up your confidence and you will be more social, okay? So, hope this video helps. And remember, today I want to just go socialize with someone you don't know at all. Okay, just socialize with them, ask them how are they, yeah, and just spark a conversation with them. Okay, you do that, and I promise you will build confidence. Okay, so hope this video helps, bro. Remember, if you want to learn how to empower your confidence, make sure you click the link below and join our private community. Hope this video helps, bro, and take that risk. I believe in you, but God believes in you more. See you later.